Hello everyone, this is Pepe Crochets. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be crocheting these very quick and easy baskets or planters, and this is made using I-cord. Traditionally, making I-cord by hand can be very tedious and time consuming. That's why I use Caydo's automatic I-cord knitting machine. Today's video is sponsored by Caydo, and I absolutely love their new I-cord knitting machine. If you've seen my previous video, I compare their new machine to their previous model. With this model, there's no need for weights, so it's even more hands-free and easy to create I-cords in a couple of minutes. Setting up the machine is a breeze and it's super user-friendly. With this model, you also have the option for 3 different speeds, and you're able to work with a variety of different yarn weights. This machine is so convenient for making I-cord. You can use this in place of a bulky yarn when you're making craft projects like baskets, rugs, or even bags. And because I-cords are hollow in nature, you're also able to use malleable wire inside of the I-cords to create different shapes and letterings for your projects. There's just so many different creative things that you can do and make using I-cord and this I-cord knitting machine. Check out the description box for a special discount code and a link to their official website. Caydo offers a variety of craft accessories and tools that anyone can use. Alright you guys, let's get started with this tutorial. I'm going to be grabbing the I-cord I made using the I-cord knitting machine, as well as my 10mm hook for this project. You can also use a cotton tube yarn or even macrame cord for this project, or some sort of bulky yarn that has some structure to it. We're also going to be using a darning needle and some scissors. Let's start off by making a magic circle. We're going to wrap the yarn around our 3 fingers like so until it makes an X on the back. Place our hook under that first yarn and grab the second yarn with our hook and pull it through. And then chain up 1 to secure everything. Don't worry, I'm going to be posting or linking a clearer tutorial on how I do this type of magic circle down below. To start, we're going to make 6 single crochets into our magic circle. So notice how I'm placing my hook through the ring or the magic circle and then making my single crochet. You just want to make sure that you have 6. It might also be helpful to mark off the first single crochet of each round, just so you know where we're going to be slip stitching to close off the round. Here are my 6 single crochet stitches. And now we're going to pull on that free tail end, and we're going to pull tightly until this ring is closed. Now to finish off this round, or to complete this ring, we're going to place our hook back through the very first single crochet stitch that we made and do a slip stitch. And here we have our first round. It's a little circle. Now for each round after, we're going to be doing increases. So you're going to chain up 1, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next stitch. I'm not working into the stitch that I did the slip stitch into. This is the next stitch over. And so into every single stitch, we're going to be placing 2 single crochets until we make it to the other side. Again, if it's helpful, I would place a stitch marker after you do the very first single crochet of each round. This will just let you know where to do that slip stitch to end the round. After you do the 2 single crochets into every single stitch, you should have a total of 12 stitches at the end of round 2. We've now reached the end, and now I have 12 stitches. To end this round, we're going to find the very first single crochet that we made in the beginning and do a slip stitch. And that is the end of round 2. To start off round 3, we're going to do a chain up of 1. Again, we're skipping that stitch that we already worked into. Into the next stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and in the following stitch, place 2 single crochets for an increase. and that will be the pattern for this round. You're going to do 1 regular single crochet stitch, and then into the next stitch we do an increase, and then you increase by doing 2 single crochets into the same stitch. At the end of round 3, you should have a total of 18 stitches. Now that we made it to the end, we're going to find that first single crochet stitch that we made and do a slip stitch, and that will end this round. This is what we have so far for the base of our basket, and however big you decide to make this base will be the circumference of our circle or basket. I'm going to do another round, so for round 4 we're going to chain up 1 and then we repeat the pattern. So now for the first 2 single crochet stitches we just do a regular single crochet, and then into the 3rd stitch we do an increase or 2 single crochets into the same stitch. So again, that's 1, 2, and 3. So the first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet, into the 3rd stitch, an increase. At the end of this round, you should have a total of 24 stitches. So for each round, you increase by 6 stitches, and it's the same pattern. So for example, the next round, you're going to do 4 stitches. So the first 3 stitches are just regular single crochet. On the 4th stitch, you do an increase. You're going to keep doing this increases until this is your desired basket size. I decided to just stop here because I wanted a cute small basket that would fit my little IKEA plant. When you're happy with the size, you're going to chain up 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to work on the sides or the base of the basket. To do that, we're going to be working into the back loops only of our single crochet. So we have the front and the back loop. I'm going into the back loop only and doing single crochet stitches all the way around. I did these back loop only single crochet stitches because I wanted the front loops to stick out, and it creates this nice textured look to the basket. It almost gives it kind of like a ribbing. So you're just going to continue this all the way around and doing the back loop only single crochet stitches, and I'll show you how to join the round. It's basically the same as we've been doing. You want to make sure that you don't go into that turning chain, but find that very first single crochet stitch, and I go under both loops and do a slip stitch. And then you do the same thing over again. You chain up 1, you go around, work into the back loops, and do single crochet stitches. You're just going to keep doing this until this is your desired height. For the very last round at the top of the basket, I'll quickly show you how I added those cute little handles to the basket. So I added a total of 3 rows, and then my 4th row or my 4th round was where I added the handles. So before you start the final round, you're just going to figure out where you want those handles to be. You can use stitch markers if it makes it easier, or count the stitches. I kind of just eyeballed it. You're going to do those back loop only single crochet stitches until you reach the point of where you want the first handle to be. So I want my handle to be here, and I'm just going to do a chain up of 4. This is how big I want my handle to be. And then into the very next stitch, you just keep continuing the pattern of the back loop only single crochet stitches. It's that simple. If you want the handle to be longer, you would do a bigger chain. Then you do the back loop only single crochet stitches until you're ready to make the next handle. And then you chain up the same amount. So I did 4 chains like I did with my first handle, and then continue by going into the very next stitch and then continuing the back loop only single crochet. Then you're just going to do the back loop only single crochet until you finish the round, and then finish with that slip stitch into the very first single crochet stitch of the round. Now that I'm finished with my basket, I'm going to do 1 extra chain. I'm going to cut the I-cord and pull it through to secure. I also ended up trimming a little bit more of the I-cord off. And then here's just how I secure the I-cord so it doesn't come undone. I take a darning needle and pull the free yarn end through the darning needle, and then I run the needle under all of the loops. There's 4 loops on the I-cord. Run them through the 4 loops and just pull that free tail end of the yarn through so it closes up the end of the I-cord, and I like to weave it in and out a little bit. Now all we have left to do is to hide this tail end. I just take a smaller crochet hook and I weave the free end back and forth along the top a little bit, and then I also pull it into the basket so it kind of hides the rest of the I-cord inside of the basket. So I'll show you how I do that here. So I just choose random spots along the inside of the basket, a little bit closer to the top, and then slowly moving down in towards the middle or the center of the basket, and just pulling that I-cord through as I go along. And you can just keep doing this around the inside of the basket until that free end is completely hidden. I got a little bit lazy and just left it as is because I knew no one's going to look at it anyway. You also want to pull that other end, the starting tail, inside of the basket as well, and you can weave it in to hide it. And then you're all done. That's our cute little basket here. I use it as a planter for my home, and then I also gifted one to one of my friends. I made a little Christmas gift basket by placing things inside, and then I believe she also uses that as a planter or keeps it on her desk. For the next holiday season, I'm definitely going to be making a lot more of these and in different sizes. I think they make the perfect gift wrap alternative, and it's reusable, so that's really great. This is also a great scrap yarn project if you have a lot of scrap yarn laying around the home like I do. I'm also planning on making just one giant I-cord using the automatic I-cord knitting machine, and maybe experiment making placemats or even a rug. If you guys like my crochet content, videos, and tutorials, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to check out my description box for a special discount code for the Caydo website and for their official website link. Alright you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!